Because I'm in the dock, let me stand up so that Your Excellency, the President and all the dignitaries here present. First, I want to take this opportunity, Your Excellency, to thank the organizers of this conference. I look at it as an accountability forum. We are being held to account, and the public want to hear from us what we are doing about this. Your Excellency, I understand the public indignation against corruption. I understand that, and I want everybody to understand that. We live in this country. We have ourselves as individuals suffered from the corruption scourge that is in the country. And I want to thank you, Your Excellency, for the political will that we now have to fight this scourge. My prayer is that we don't lose it. We go to the very end and rid our country of corruption. Your Excellency, the war against corruption is not going to be won by blame games. And I want to be very candid. Since I'm in the dock, I want to be very candid. The war against corruption is not going to be won by blame games. The war against corruption, Your Excellency, is not going to be won by people who are involved here, and some are here, hiring professional bloggers to demonize anybody or to demonize the judiciary. We are not going to win the war against corruption by that. Every day I wake up, in fact, the first thing, I'm now almost being sidetracked when I'm supposed to concentrate. It says, look, do you know what is here? Is here, is here. Like today, you must have seen in the media, I'm shown there naked, massaging people who are supposed to be corrupt. We are not going to win the war against corruption by those kind of gimmicks. Your Excellency, we are not going to win the war against corruption by Friday arrests. And I said, I don't want to appear like we are in a blame game, but let the truth be told. I heard Mr. Kiboro saying the judiciary should not entertain these useless petitions that are coming, that these people should not be arrested. The judiciary does not go out there to look for cases. Those people who feel aggrieved come to us. They file cases. If they have filed cases, we must hear them and dismiss them if they have no basis. We must hear them and uphold them if they have a basis. So this, Mr. Kiboro, what you are telling the people, that the CJA should not waste time listening to those. Should I now write and say these petitions have been filed here, we find them useless, throw them away, even without hearing them? We can't do that. We are a country ruled by the rule of law. Let the truth be told, we are a country ruled by the rule of law, and this war against corruption must be won by the application of the law. Your Excellency, the law is, although that expression has been said many times, the law is clear, and everybody says that, and he says his own things. The Constitution guarantees an accused person or the right to be heard. He is presumed innocent until he is proved guilty. The people, our clients, Your Excellency, are here. They demand that right, a constitutional right. So we must have a fair hearing to the accused persons. It starts with bail. That's why I talked about the Friday arrests, and I want our police to avoid that, because it puts a lot of pressure on us. And as Mr. Kiboro said, we are now sidetracked hearing cases, petitions, which ordinarily we should not be hearing. We should be concentrating on other things. The war against corruption is going to be won by the use of technology. And I don't want to go into many details. Your Excellency, you spoke about technology the other day. We are talking about blockchains and all those. We need to think about that, and we need to invest on technology to fight corruption. The war against corruption is going to be won by courage. People being courageous and come and deal with this menace. Many times I get people coming and saying, look, your people are doing this, so and so. They even name, some say, look, so and so is taking bribes and so. I say, please, that is not helping me. That is not helping me. Assist us to deal with that. I agree there is corruption in the judiciary, even in the judiciary, as it is everywhere. Judges are there, and we get information from people, but information which is not actionable. Information, Your Excellency, which is not actionable. And while I'm on this, I would like to say this, Your Excellency. The Judicial Service Commission, as a body known as the Judiciary Ombudsman, we are asking for support to investigate some of the complaints that are coming there. I have requested this, but it has not been given to me. We want support so that we can investigate some of the complaints against our own people, and we deal with them. And I can assure you, Your Excellency, once the Judicial Service Commission has evidence of anybody involved in corruption, we will deal with it, and we are dealing with some of the cases where evidence has been given. What we have is just talk, people talking, and they are not doing anything to give us evidence, which we can't act upon. The other thing, Your Excellency, is the Constitution itself requires that an accused person be given witness statements of the witnesses who are going to testify against him. We have been seeing media reports that the cases are taking very long and so forth. You don't need. We have instructed the communication directorate in the judiciary to give the public updates every day about what is causing the adjournments of those cases. Some of them are adjourned, Your Excellency, because the accused persons have not been given statements to defend themselves. We are a democratic society, a rule of law. Anything short of a fair hearing, we are not going to win this war. That's my view about it, and anybody can say his own view. But we are not going to win the war against corruption if we are not going to follow the rule of law, give the accused persons a fair hearing. A fair hearing here, and this is where I want to admit our problem. A fair hearing does not mean we have cases for years on end in court. And I agree, and for this I want to take responsibility that we have had delays in the past. We have had delays in the past because our magistrates and judges have given it to the lawyers to play the what? To run the show. I have made that very clear when we had judicial colloquium in Mombasa with the judges. I've made that very clear to the magistrates that they have got to take control of the proceedings before them. What this means, Your Excellency, is that the magistrates and the judges should not allow adjournments willy-nilly. I say willy-nilly because there are some cases where you can't avoid an adjournment. But then we have done it, the public knows, we have done it in election petitions, and we have finalized those cases within a short while. And this is what we are doing now with regard to corruption cases. The problem, ladies and gentlemen, corruption is not going to sit down. it is going to fight back, and it is fighting back. Very, very vigorously. We have situations where you find people coming and faking sickness and all that, and they go even to doctors, and doctors give them reports that they are sick. So it involves everybody. It involves everybody. When if I'm seated there and I'm told so and so is admitted in hospital and his case is going on, am I going to convict him without hearing him? So it is a vision, and this is a network. It's a network that we have got. The reality be told, let us not escape the fact where they are. That is the truth. We have cases where, like now, the magistrates who are hearing the cases in Milimani, the ones who have brought to Milimani to hear these corruption cases, they came to my office the other week and told me they are getting problems from lawyers. One lawyer is appearing in all these cases. And you know you can't be in one case, if they are going on at the same time, you can't be here and here and here. And I want to make this announcement because this is an opportunity. The lawyers must be listening to me or they will hear. We are not going to allow, if you have taken a case or corruption case, you have taken another one, if you don't have lawyers in your office to hear it, and the accused persons, by the way, let me also address the accused persons. If your lawyer is having your case and is defending so and so and so and so and so and so, we are not going to wait for him or you. You had better get another lawyer. So, Your Excellency, what we have done, and that is part of the commitment, if you want me to say commitment, we have asked those magistrates to mention all those cases and give them fresh hearing dates. The dates available to those magistrates, not the dates available to the lawyers. So we are going to have to deal with that. Now, the other thing, one other thing, Your Excellency, the war against corruption is going to be won by evidence. By evidence. This morning, I was watching KTN, and I was amused by somebody who says the CJ should sit down with the DPP and analyze the evidence that is there so that we get a conviction. And this is a very enlightened person, Your Excellency. If I were to do that, Your Excellency, I have no right to be a CJ. Because I am supposed to act independently, I wait for the prosecution to tender evidence, and we deal with that evidence and we convict. So the war against corruption is going to be won by concrete evidence. Concrete evidence that is going to be brought to us. If you are not going to bring Mr. Kinoti and your colleagues, and I have told you this before, if you are not going to bring us evidence, we will acquit, because if we don't acquit, we cease to be a judiciary. What I'm saying here is, Your Excellency, is this. We have had cases where you see evidence interfered with. A police officer is charged with murder using a firearm. The case is investigated by very, very senior police officers, fellow police officers. When they come to court and they know the firearm is central in that case, they come with a wrong serial number. Do you see, Your Excellency? Come with a wrong serial number. What is the judicial officer supposed to do? This man says, look, my serial number is this one. And if you are saying it is the one I used, I don't know this one you're talking about. And those kind of things, and we have had that. And it is in public domain. Some suspect said the other day that, look, cases are killed in the what? In the investigation stage. What I'm saying is that if we are going to be have baked cases, we will dismiss them, and we will do that firmly, because as a judicial officer, as the Chief Justice of this Republic, we are not going to send anybody to prison who is innocent or whose case has not been proved as required by the law. That is the only way we are going to do that. Now, the other thing, the prosecution, and Mr. Haji, I'm happy you are here. Look at the way you frame cases. Not in a bad way. You put 30 accused persons on one charge sheet. They are represented by 30 lawyers. How long do you think that will take? I'm not your advisor. I mean, you have your counsel, and what? Those kind of cases will never move. Will never move, Your Excellency. They will not move. I said, let's be realistic and speak the truth. Find ways how you frame your cases. Charge the top people if you have, and use others as witnesses, and you go on with the case. If we are not going to do that, we are not going to move, and the cases will be there. You will continue blaming the judiciary. Even if I'm not there, somebody else who is not there, you will continue with that blame game, and we are not going to move anywhere. Your Excellency, the other thing I want to address is the issue of funding. I have gotten magistrates from the other stations and brought them to Nairobi to sit and do these cases and finalize them. I want to thank you, Your Excellency. You gave us fraud house. You gave us some money. We are doing very, very quick renovations, and those magistrates will have a place to sit. Why am I saying this? The judiciary is extremely underfunded. If the Kenyans want judiciary to give them the services they require, we need funding. Last year we asked for 31 billion, we were given 14. You put yourself in my position, what you are supposed to do. We agree that the country doesn't have endless resources of money and so forth, but we can see what other resources are being given to other institutions, and we are being staffed. Like now, the hearing of the cases in Milimani, we have asked some of our development partners are helping us with the audio recording systems. We want to put that, but that is, we have like for 3 or 4 courts. Your Excellency, I saw Mr. Mucheru here, and I told him, look, assist us with those machines so that we record this evidence. Instead of the magistrate recording for the whole day, we move quickly with those hearing of those cases. Unless Kenya invests in technology and we do that, we are not going to move anywhere, and we are going to have this blame game. I want to assure the Kenyans this. We are committed to fighting the war against corruption. And we are going to fight it. And we want to fight corruption both inside and outside the judiciary. Let us be given the necessary assistance we require, and we will deal with this. The hearing of these cases, as I said, I have brought 10 magistrates. If need be, I will bring more to Nairobi to hear these cases. You hear one of the demands from the public here is that I should stop hearing all the other cases and deal with this. Very good. I did that in December and brought several magistrates from various stations to come to Nairobi and hear the backlog of cases that have been there for years on end, and we are being blamed for that. Those magistrates didn't have as many cases as that. You know what I have? I have a case against me. The CJ has taken magistrates from here, he is disorganized, he is doing this. Now, if I bring those magistrates to hear these cases, I hope, Wananchi, you are not now going to again take me to court that I have done this. I know you will say, look, why don't you do proper planning? You do proper planning with the resources you have. If I don't have enough magistrates, I don't have enough judges, we are not going to do that. And you will continue complaining until the judiciary, until you tell your members of parliament to give us enough funding to do our work as we are supposed to do. We are not going to move. The other thing, Your Excellency, you were saying that the cases be heard within 6 months. We would love to do that. I would personally love to have that done, but some of them, it is impracticable. I don't want to give false promises, Your Excellency. The evidence we have, and I have sat down with those magistrates, one witness takes at least 4 days. The nature of the evidence is there. You are saying somebody has taken money from NYS, and this, the documents are like this, heaps. And you have to give that person a fair hearing. There's no way you are going to hear. I don't want to promise Kenyans that we are going to hear these cases within a given time. It is a matter we are discussing, the judiciary leadership we are discussing. We are discussing with the courts which are hearing these cases and telling them, look, you can see the Kenyan indignation. Let us deal with these cases as soon as possible. Go to the issues in the case. Don't be sidetracked by parties and others. That is my message to the judicial officers, and it is bearing fruit, Your Excellency. We are going to deal with these cases as soon as we can. There is an issue that was raised here, but I don't think it is for this forum. I will deal with it on another forum about the judiciary. You have said that the judiciary is not accountable. We are accountable to the people. Where we are required to be accountable, we are accountable to the people. And we have shown that accountability. As I said, one of the issues that you raised here is not for this forum. I don't want to answer it here. It's not because I'm escaping from answering it, but because it is not for this forum. You are saying that even the accused person should be released, as I said, like 40% of the amount stolen. You know, you can't give that, because you do that, you will mess with the judicial independence and the decisional independence of the magistrates. These cases are dealt with on their own facts. They involve Kenyans. They may have been involved in corruption, but we want to have them proved and the cases dealt with as they come. Anything short of that, we are not going to win this war. Your Excellency, let there be funds given to all the agencies, including the judiciary, so that we, like now, I have stopped all cash payments in the judiciary. There is no cash payment, and I want the public to understand, because some of the traffic offenders are going, and our clerks take them in circles and circles and circles. Please don't pay any money. Don't be told that the network is low and so forth. Those are excuses we have found that our officers are using. So there may be a bit of inconvenience, but that's the only way. If we are going to fight corruption and win it, we are going to have to be a little inconvenienced. I don't want to take too much time. What I'm saying in short, Your Excellency, is that let us be given the support we require. Let us be given the resources we require. Then ask us why we are not delivering. Even with the real resources that we have, we are doing our very best. And I promise you, with the magistrates that I have brought to Nairobi, you are going to see these cases moving. But we want cooperation. We want the DPP to be ready. Give the witnesses their statements so that they don't come on a hearing day. These people are complaining, and we have got to adjourn the case. Or you are not having witnesses and all that. As I said, I have directed my director, information directorate, to send messages to the public. What has caused the adjournment of this case or that? Otherwise, Your Excellency, I want you to understand, and I want the Kenyans to understand. I want to give this commitment on behalf of the judiciary that we are fighting corruption and we are ready to do our part, and we will do it without any fear or favor, so that we win this war against corruption. Why I was talking about some of the arrests, some of those people come and complain, look, this is witch hunt and so forth. If we deal with the cases purely on evidence, you will tell me, okay, yeah, so and so doesn't like your, but did you do this? The evidence is here. You will shut them up. We will shut them up. Those people who will come and say, I'm here because I'm not from a good political grouping or what and what, they will keep quiet when they are convicted on concrete evidence. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Bwana CJ.